close the class. So I'll start with the first category of ratio, that is the current ratio. What are the various components of current ratio? I'll discuss. But before I do that, let me explain. Now this is 8:02 and still 69 of you have joined. This is how it happens when concessions are given. People try to claim them as their right. Now whatever is discussed in another 5-10 minutes, if they join late, what will they understand? So before I take up the ratios, one question somebody asked, several of you, many of you have posted me privately, then I posted them in the group, and people continue trying, but somehow the correct answer was not posted. Let me explain to you that correct answer, and then I'll go on to the ratios. Can any one of you explain me what was the question? Yes, Mojiz Abbas.
Yes, sir.
Yes, tell me what was the question?
Sir, how is loan write-off?
Okay, any other? Okay, how is the loan written off? Sana, can you tell me the question? Sana Fatma.
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
So the I initially only asked what happened in accounting when the loan is written off.
When the loan is written off, there is more to loan, not the loan is written off. In fact, he asked me, okay, what happened when the loan is written off? I asked him loan given or loan taken. Then he says loan taken. Listen to it carefully. He said loan taken. Then I asked him, are you sure? Then he told, no, loan given. This is how the debate started. So students started sending me journal entries mentioning that if loan given to somebody is written off, that means somebody does not pay. So this is what the entry we shall pass. They suggested a correct entry. Further, several students also wrote that the students also wrote that in case we take loan, in case just give me a second. Let me switch off the auto admit function. Let them not come. I am changing the auto off option. Let them seek permission and I'll deny them. I'm just changing the options. Okay. So the question, the second entry, they said, in case we take loan, in case we take loan and we do not pay, what entry will be passed? So they suggested that a reverse entry will be passed. Correct. This is how they suggested. Here things have gone wrong. Still you have a choice. Still you have a choice. I am saying somebody said, okay, what in case we do not pay, what entry will be passed? The entry that you passed earlier, somebody borrowed money from somebody, we extended loan to somebody, we gave money to somebody, and then somebody was unable to pay. So you passed a correct entry. It was a loss. Therefore, your profit loss account was debited and the person's name was credited so that there is no more balance in his account. Where all of you have gone wrong was in case we also do not pay to somebody, a reverse entry will be passed. Reverse entry is okay, but the very question that arises is it, is it not a violation of a convention? Is it correct to say that we borrowed money and we will not pay or we have not paid? Is my question or my statement clear to you? Yes, Waqas. Waqas,
Yes, sir.
is it correct to say that we borrowed money and we have decided that we will not pay, or we have not paid, we have written off? Is it correct to say? Any one of you can answer. Yes, Nidal.
No, sir.
Okay, Shuke. Is it correct or not?
No, sir. It's
When
not
it
correct.
is when it is not correct, then why should an entry be passed? This transaction will not happen.
Right, sir.
Okay. If you have
An example where government has when calamity occurs, the government has written off the loan of farmers.
okay, okay,
This
but
example.
just 1 second, Sana. When farmers took this loan, did they have any intention not to pay this loan?
No, it is because of natural calamity.
No. Initially, will they have any intention? Number two, will they themselves write off that loan?
No.
No. So this will happen only in exceptional cases, and accordingly the entry can be passed. But see, the question was that if we if we give loan, if we extend loan and somebody does not pay, we can pass an entry, we can write off that loan. Immediately the question was, what if we have taken and we do not pay? There is a difference between we do not pay and we are asked not to pay. There is a difference or not?
Yes, sir. There's a difference.
Yes. Now, if this is so, if you agree that this is not a transaction or this should not happen, this cannot happen, then tell me what convention, in the light of which convention have I talked about this? In the light of which convention have I suggested this statement?
I think conservatism.
You think conservatism. What other things?
Sir, I believe going concern.
Going concern. Okay, one is conservatism, one is going concern. How about any other answer?
So I think rationality.
Rationality. Okay, any other answer? Conservatism, rationality, going concern. Okay, any other answer from any one of you? Or one of these answers will be correct, or none of these answers are correct? Yes, Talha?
Yes, sir.
What do you think? A, conservatism, B, going concern, C, rationality, or in your opinion, is there any more answer?
Sir, I believe when you say someone that you are unable to pay, that can happen only when you say you are bankrupt, and that
Yes.
when you're going to close your business. But
See,
according, sorry, sir.
go ahead.
बट सर एज आई सेड गोइंग कंसर्न ये कहता है कि हमको ये बिलीव करना है कि हमारा बिजनेस रन करता रहेगा, राइट?
Again, listen to what was the question. The question was, see how this debate is started. The entire debate is started that somebody, perhaps Krishna or someone, asked me, in case we do not pay the loan that we borrowed or we took, what general entry will be passed? This is what the question asked. So I told him, I sent him a clarification. Are you sure that your question is correct? We borrowed money and we are not paying, or somebody borrowed and we did not pay? Then he said somebody borrowed and we did, something like that. It happened, and students have started giving entry, both entries. In case our loan was not paid, somebody took money from us, did not pay, this entry will happen. And if the in otherwise situation, like somebody took money from we took money from somebody and we did not pay, this entry will be passed. Here I raised my eyebrows. That is, how can you pass an entry for a transaction which will not take place or which should not take place? it is in violation of an accounting convention. So where most of you missed the bus, most of you did not catch your attention to the fact was that this was an unethical transaction. This was not possible. So you continued making an entry. Initially, I thought you post me privately so that if somebody knows the correct answer, let others try. But what happened? Most of you started posting the same answers. So this is where I thought I'll explain to you. Now, if the concept is clear, let me move on to the ratios.
So what happens when loan is forgiven?
Fine. Then see, like perhaps Sana told that in case farmers are unable to pay, government writes off that loan. And then naturally, in case farmer is a business entity and they are maintaining profit loss account, balance sheet, etc., under what condition will this happen? This will happen only when their financial condition is weak and government is writing them off. Then in such a situation, entry can be passed. But in routine circumstances, you are running a commercial business. You are running a normal business. Saying it that we took money and we intend not to pay, or what happens if we do not pay. Even if you write what happens if we do not pay, this in itself is incorrect. Why would you not pay? Ordinarily, this will happen only and only. In exceptional cases, this will happen once you are unable to pay. Your creditors have have filed a suit against you. You go to the court of law and law decides that now you are no more in a position to pay. Then they will declare you bankrupt. When they declared an organization as a bankrupt, the assets and liabilities are recalculated, and whatever assets are left from those assets, first of all, payment will be made to. I'll just leave some space here, and then a ratio will be calculated. Suppose after making that payment, you are left with 100 rupees, but there are people whom you owe 1000 rupees. So everybody will get 10%. Suppose after making payment, company is left with 1000 rupees and total money it owes is 5000. So 20% will be paid to all others. So this is how it happens.
राइट सर. सर कौन सा
Yes.
प्रिंसिपल का वायलेशन था सर, एक बार बता दे.
Look, see, I have been discussing the concept several times. Now, I don't mind telling you now also. I will. But the problem lies, see, if the discussion that we had before is not clear, then in subsequent days there will be a problem. These are, let us assume, multiple choice questions that I am asking in the examination or in the test or somewhere. How would you go about doing it? This time around, I'll tell you, it is conservatism, because when you think that you will not pay, so you are expecting a gain. Only expected losses. You expect a loss that somebody who borrowed money may not pay. Somebody who borrowed from you either money or taken goods on credit may not pay. Thinking just the reverse of it is expected gain, which you are not allowed to incorporate. All right?
Right, sir.
Okay, any other question, or shall we move on to the slide which we have decided for the day? Here we are. I hope you can recall the meaning of ratio. You can recall why do we calculate ratio. You can recall how many ratios do we calculate. So what did I tell you? Okay, how many? On what factors is this dependent? One second. Let me just send an answer. Let me just, still some people are making attempt. So if that part is clear, that is how many ratios are to be calculated, what is the basis of deciding number of ratios to be calculated, this all was explained. We start with the first group of ratio, that is the, what is the first group of ratio? That is the liquidity ratios. Look here, liquidity ratios. Under this group, we will calculate 4 different ratios: current, quick, defensive interval, and debt service coverage ratio. So we start with the current ratio. Before we start with the current ratio, what is this group? This belongs to the category of liquidity. What is the meaning of word liquidity? In this context, it is not the sign in science we are asking. We are asking the concept of liquidity in respect of a company, in respect of, especially within company, also in respect of the financial position of a company. So in financial position of a company, which company will you call as liquid?
Maybe which is not stable.
No. Or any other answer?
Sir,
The
whose
Company.
assets can be converted into cash.
company which has adequate cash, which has adequate. Now the word adequate itself is, subjective. For somebody adequate means 10,000 rupees, for somebody adequate means 10,000 crores rupees, isn't it? So somebody just now has said that liquid enough, it must have adequate availability of cash and bank balance to pay back to its creditors, whosoever, from whomsoever it has borrowed money, from whomsoever it has taken goods or bought goods on credit or availed services on a credit. If the payment falls due on due date, the company should have no problem in making payment. Company should honor its commitment. So liquidity means it should have availability of sufficient cash and bank balance. How much sufficient? Sufficient enough to pay back the money it borrowed. Now which money? Borrowed money can be borrowed for 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, 6 months, 10 years, 20 years. So which money are we talking about here? The word will suggest you current. Something which we are talking about in current. By current also, which one shall we take? How many months, how many days, or how many years?
12
Usually it will be 1 accounting year or less. In practice, it is about 2 to 3 months. So when we are talking about current ratio is a part of liquidity ratio, or it belongs to the liquidity ratio group. There's a group in which we have certain ratios. So which ratio are we talking about? First ratio in that group is current ratio. So meaning of current ratio is this ratio I am explaining you here. This ratio measures the current liquidity. You will find this ratio in the books also under the heading of solvency, liquidity or solvency. So it determines the current or today's solvency or liquidity position of a company. If according to standards its liquidity is good, we can say company is solvent. If we say liquidity is not good, we can say company is not solvent or company is insolvent. So this is the meaning of liquidity. It should have sufficient cash and bank balance to honor its commitment as and when these commitments fall due. Whenever there is a due date, company should be in a position to pay to the people from whom it borrowed on a specific promise. Is the meaning clear to you of current ratio? Or still you need some clarification? If the meaning are clear, we will proceed on how to calculate. Now calculation. Now in case you wish to calculate any ratio, naturally you will need to divide one figure by the other. So what do? We divide current assets by current liabilities. Now what are current assets? Any idea? I should have explained to you before also. What are current assets? Yes, anyone should answer.
So all those assets.
Cash and bank account and cash.
Raj, say a bit louder.
Sir, cash and bank account, which
The cash
from which we
balance
can-
and bank account. Any other thing?
Sir,
So all assets which are usable within 1 year.
All assets which are usable in 1 year.
So
Or any other answer, any other clarification?
those assets which exist for a short period of time.
Those assets which exists for a short period of time. Okay. Can you give some examples?
Not now, sir.
Okay. Sana Fatma, any example?
Sir, bills receivable.
Okay, Keshav, continue. Bills receivable is one. Then
Yes. So cash,
Cash.
bank balance.
then
So money at call.
money
Money at call.
money at call. Now the problem is that several of you may not be able to know what is money at call. Explain them what is money at call.
So it is a very loan extended for a very short time.
Loan extended for a very short period of time. Okay. So what all have you said? You have said cash, you have said bank balance, you have said loan extended to somebody for a very short period of time. Then
So goods purchased for resale.
goods purchased for resale. What correct name can you give it? Stock.
Stock.
Stock. Okay. Then anything else?
Debtors.
Debtors. Correct. Debtors. No, those of you who are not from commerce, or even those of you who are, continue writing it on a piece of paper. Cash is there, bank balance is there, debtors are there, money at call is there, stock is there. Then inventory or stock is one of the same thing. Inventory or try to visualize asset side of balance sheet. What all do you see?
So short-term
Anything- One more asset which is very commonly available in the balance sheet is prepaid expenses. Yeah, expenses paid in advance. So these are all examples of current assets. What do? We add all current assets and use as numerator. So your current assets are there. These are to be divided by which figure?
Current liability.
Current liabilities. What are current liabilities? Just opposite to current assets are your current liabilities. In current assets, you have included debtors. So what will be the opposite of debtors?
Creditors.
Creditors. In current assets, you have included bills receivables. So what will be the opposite to bills receivable?
Bills payable.
You have included advance expenses or prepaid expenses. Opposite will be
postpaid.
outstanding expenses.
Standing expenses.
Outstanding. You have included their bank balance. What will be opposite to bank balance? Bank overdraft, isn't it? So bank overdraft will be an example of your current liability. So what you all need to do, look at the slide once again. Total all current asset. Yes. Total all current assets, put them as a numerator. Total all current liabilities, call them or consider it as a denominator and calculate a ratio. If your current assets are, by mistake I wrote 2000, it is 20,000. If your current assets are 20,000, current liabilities are 10,000, so ratio would become 2:1. This calculation is fairly simple. What is slightly difficult for you is to know which figure is what. You should not include anything which is not current assets here. You should not include anything which is not a current liability. If you have correctly identified current assets from the data and you have correctly identified current liabilities from the data and you have totaled them properly and divided them one by the other, you get a ratio which you call as current ratio. I have just assumed figures. Suppose your total of current assets was so much, total of current liabilities was so much, your ratio is 2:1. So next thing I have written here is standard. Standard means generally what is expected in the industry to which your firm belongs. So usually 2:1 is considered a comfortable situation, that you should have current assets of rupees 2 if you have a current liability of rupee 1. Now if this is the situation, suppose I ask a question here. You are working in a bank. A company approaches you for a short-term loan. You calculate the current ratio of the company, and current ratio is 1.5:1. What is the current ratio that you have calculated? 1.5:1. Will you recommend loan to be given, or you will not?
No,
We will
sir.
recommend to give the loan.
You will recommend. Okay, why?
So because our current assets are more than the liabilities, we can provide the loan to the company.
But your current assets are only 1.5, while the standard expected is 2. Still you will give, or
So means 2:1 is the minimum standard which
okay, fine,
bank or
fine.
a
No,
person
okay,
has to
okay.
maintain.
I don't mind. You say that it is minimum, but they have got even less than minimum.
We will not give, sir.
You say you will not. Okay, see, some of you may say you will, some of you may say you will not. Each one of you may have a valid argument. If your argument is good, your decision will be good. And if your argument is not good, naturally your decision will not be good. I'll come back to you on this issue a bit later once we complete all ratios in this group. Okay, so let me first ask you some more questions. Suppose you have got 3 firms, A, B, and C, which are now available in your sheet, and somebody wants you to rank these firms. Okay, which one is better? So which one will you rate as better?
C.
Now my question is from the point of view of different users of accounting information. Some of you who have said C, from whose point of view are you evaluating it? You can be a long-term investor, you can be a banker, you can be a shareholder in this company, you can be somebody who is supplying goods to this company on credit, you can be an employee of the company, isn't it? Or your evaluation will remain unchanged irrespective of the category of user you belong to. Is my question clear?
Unchanged, sir.
Sorry?
Sir, it will be unchanged.
Achha, your decision, okay, doesn't matter. Your decision will remain unchanged even if you are a banker, even if you are owner, even if you are, all those categories. Okay. Any other answer? Which one still do you think firm C is better? Look, okay, let me give you a role. Suppose you are working at middle level management of this company. And let us say further assume that you are working in the sales department. Now tell me, of which company's sales department would you like to work? Company A, B, or C?
Sir, I have a question. May I ask?
Oh, sure. I am here only for that. Ask me, please.
सर ये जो यहाँ पर लिखा हुआ है CA current assets are about 20,000. Okay. And then लिखा हुआ है current liabilities is 10,000.
Yes.
So sir, assets are that we possess. And what about the liabilities? ये हमें pay करनी रहती है या कोई हमें pay करेगा?
Current liabilities mean हमें किसी को पे करना है.
Okay.
हमें किसी को पे करना है. जैसे आपने किसी से कुछ पैसा कर्ज ले रखा है, किसी से उधार सामान खरीद रखा है, etc. These are all current liabilities.
Okay. Suppose I have a cash amount of 1 lakh rupees.
Yes.
And I have a liability of 50,000.
Yes, so your current ratio is 2:1.
Okay.
अब बताइए, I ask you that assume that you are working in the sales department of a company. In which company would you like to work? वो अच्छी कंपनी में काम करना चाहेंगे ना, तो आपके ख्याल से कौन सी अच्छी है,
Sir,
ए
A.
बी या सी?
A, sir, A.
ए क्यों है?
So because liability also denotes the performance of the company, I think.
Liability is not
So liability also denotes the performance of the company, I think.
okay. So liability is same for every firm. 1 isn't it?
Ratio is not same, sir.
Sorry.
The ratio is not same.
Okay.
If we analyze the ratios, it is 2:1, 3:1, 4:1, sir. So basically, in my opinion, firm A would be good.
Okay. Any other answer?
Sir, firm C.
Why? Why?
Sir, because we have more assets, and even if we have given things on credit, it means we have assets as debtor.
Okay.
So if we have more assets, we are doing
Let me ask you. If there is no further comment from any one of you, I'll give you some question as a hint.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, my answer would be firm A because the ratio suggests that my stock is less than in comparison to my liability, so my sales are high.
Okay. Very good. Very good. So this is what I wanted to give you a hint. Suppose you are staying in a hostel and your monthly requirement of expenses are 5,000. Monthly expenses are for your fuel, for your tea, coffee, dining hall and all are about say 5,000 rupees. And you are maintaining a saving bank account in which every month you receive 5,000 rupees. How many maximum rupees would you like to maintain in your saving bank account? 5,000, 6,000 or 50,000? Tell me which figure, 5, 6, 7 or 50?
So per month or it's
Per month.
per month 5,000
Why not 50?
because it is the maximum amount that we may receive. We know it.
No. Suppose your parents have sent you 50,000. What would you do? Would you still keep in your saving bank account?
No, sir, put it to some
No, sir.
Okay. Further, take one more question. Suppose you have 50,000 rupees in your saving bank account. In your wallet, how much money do you normally keep? Assuming that there are no digital transactions. I'm not talking about the availability of digital transactions. In the absence of digital transactions, how much money do you keep in your wallet? Which is sufficient for your 2-3 days expenses, or which is sufficient for your 1 month expenses? 2-3 days expenses, and remaining money you keep somewhere safely in your Almira or somewhere with your father, mother or something like that, isn't it? The same thing is applicable here also. When we come to firm C, it has 4 assets. 4 assets means what will be the composition of these 4? It will be cash, it will be bank balance, it will be stock, it will be debtors, isn't it? Assume anything. Suppose it has more debtors. What is your conclusion if it has more debtors?
so more sales.
More sales. Any other conclusion? Is it good? More debtors means more sales, but at the
But
same
you're not
time,
getting cash for that.
Sir,
yes,
lots
this is
of
what-
money is
correct.
lots
This
of
is what
money
the
is
correct answer is. It is selling more, but it is not able to collect money from its debtors. What is more important, selling or collecting money?
Collecting.
so collecting.
Selling is important, but not indiscriminately. Sell to the extent that you can collect. Acha, suppose it has more stock, then what does it mean? It is unable to sell. So higher or more current assets does not mean that you are healthy. The firm is healthy, because we never know what is the composition. On different assumptions, we can say even if it has more stock, what is the reflection? That is why I asked you, suppose you assume a role of manager, middle level manager in sales department. If you have more stock, that means you are not doing good. You are not able to sell your stock. Your sales department is not efficient. If you have more debtors, then your finance department debt collecting unit, the unit which receives money from different people, is not doing good, is not performing well. Okay. Suppose you are analyzing the balance sheet of these three firms from the point of view of a banker. So which one will you decide to give loan first? A, B or C?
C. Because
C. Because you think they have more money to pay, therefore our loan will be secured. If you are deciding, if you are analyzing this from the point of view of a long-term investor, which one will you consider better?
C, sir. C.
I repeat the question. You are analyzing it. You are analyzing A, B, C from the point of view of a long-term investor. Which one will you consider better?
Sir, A.
A. Any other answer? Fortunately or unfortunately, there will be only three answers: A, B, or C. If you are not able to give its correct answer, whatever we discussed yesterday, part of it you have not understood. You were physically present in the class day before yesterday, but mentally you were away. You were not paying any attention to what I said. I'll repeat just partly what I said, not exactly, not entirely. I said we can calculate hundreds and thousands of ratios, but we classify them depending on the need. Not everyone will calculate every ratio. Individuals or group of individuals. Yes.
Sir, it is for short term. We can calculate profitability ratio for this.
Your answer should have been, now you have provided correct answer. To my earlier question, your answer should have been, because we are for a long term, we are classified as a long term investor. I am a long term investor, so I am least bothered about 2:3 or 2:1. I am least bothered about the current ratio. I don't mind, let there be any current ratio, hell with it, I don't mind. Because I am a long term investor, my assessment of performance of this company will be based on parameters other than this. I will look at different ratios. This is what should have been your answer. Isn't it? I told you this yesterday or day before yesterday.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So see, writing, reading in the book, copying it down, reproducing in the examination is no solution. I am giving you enough of, suggestions, enough of advice, enough of warning. This is how I'll test your understanding. This is how your sessional tests are going to be. Application oriented, decision oriented. Because if you go and join a company, will they ask you to define what is accounting? Will they ask you to write advantages of ratio analysis? Will they ask you to explain? They will tell you, here is the situation, tell me what should I do. That means having understood a concept, how should it be applied in taking a decision? This is what you will be expected to do once you join an organization. So why should I test you and grade you, asking you some questions which you will never be able to use in your real life? If I ask you, have you ever thought of that somebody will ask you the meaning of accounting and define accounting? Maybe in the interview somebody can ask you, but not even this. When you sit in a chair and you start taking a decision, helping the people around you, junior or senior to you, it will all in all be application of what you have learned. So you should think on these lines only. Okay, we take, if this part is clear, why A is not good, why B is good, etc., how we calculate, how do we, how decision do we take, we move on to calculating the second ratio. Second ratio is acid test ratio. In some books, you will find this under the heading of acid test ratio, or let me write, or quick ratio. QUICK, or quick ratio. Acid test ratio or quick ratio. Now, meaning earlier ratio was that we are calculating short-term solvency. Here we are calculating very, very short-term solvency, maybe same day, 2 days, 3 days. Somebody gives you a notice of 2 days, give me my money. If you are in a position to honor your commitment, if you are able to pay, then you are solvent. If not, you are not solvent. You must have heard this word earlier also. Acid test. Have you heard this word or not?
Yes, sir.
क्या कहते हैं कि ये उसका एसिड टेस्ट है, असल टेस्ट तो उसका ये है. तो व्हाट इज द एसिड टेस्ट ऑफ द कंपनी? व्हाट इज द एसिड टेस्ट ऑफ कंपनी व्हेन इट कम्स टू लिक्विडिटी और सॉल्वेंसी? Calculation of quick ratio or acid test. How do we calculate? Calculations: current assets minus stock divided by current liabilities. The formula is clear. From the current assets we will take out stock. In some companies, in some books you will find current assets minus stock minus prepaid expenses, minus prepaid expenses. In some books you will find this also. So you can take any of the two, current assets minus stock or current assets minus stock minus prepaid expenses, and you divide it by current liability. So suppose further assume that current assets are 20,000, current liabilities are, stock is 5,000, current liabilities are 10,000. Current ratio would become 1.5:1. From 20 we will take out 5, so it is 15,000. So 15,000 divided by 10 will give you 1.5:1. So this is how we calculate. The standard is usually 1:1. 1:1. Now having understood meaning, having understood calculation, look at this slide and tell me, slide very carefully, and tell me which company is better.
Sir, B.
Okay. Okay. Any other answer? Okay. Now listen to what I am saying carefully and then take an action. Maybe on a piece of paper you can note down this data, this table. Kindly note down this table immediately on a piece of paper. Take out your pen and copy. Draw this table. Note down this data. Note it down.
Yes, sir.
I hope you all have noted down. Okay.
Just a minute, sir. Done, sir.
Okay, if you have noted down, now I am typing a question. Which company is better? Assume you are a consultant. Assume that you are a consultant and the owner has, you are a consultant and somebody is asking you which of these companies is better from any point of view. You maybe from your own point of view, you may be investor, you may be anything. Then write just in the chat box, write A, B or C. Write A or B or C. In the chat box, whatever is your opinion. If you wish C, write down C. If you wish B, write down B. If you think A, write down A. Is everyone completed or still somebody is left? If everybody has written, I'll start something else. Is everybody written? Okay, I'll leave you here. I'll not answer the correct question now because you need to spend 2 days, today and tomorrow. Monday I'll give you the correct answer. See, I have been telling you, you should sit down in the class, leaving all the worries outside the room in which you are attending this class. Forget about the cup of tea which your mother has prepared for you. Forget about everything. Just concentrate on what I am talking to you. If you are physically present and mentally absent, nothing will work. So you should be physically present, mentally alert, and also keep on thinking, analyzing. You would make maximum of this time. Yes.
Sir, can I ask a question?
Yes. Better. Okay. Okay. Ask.
Sir, is the situation for firm A possible, sir? Because your current
Hold on. Hold on. Keep your question to yourself. I have understood what you wanted to say, and don't discuss it with others. Let me see if others can also think on these lines. Your name, please.
Talha.
Talha. Good. Don't post it even on the informal group. Let them apply some mind, and then I'll see them on Monday. Any other question if you have before I close? You can revise what I have just spoken, seek any clarification, because we will take up the next ratio in this group, defensive interval ratio. Maybe today itself we can take. I have not perhaps worked it out here. I can, otherwise explain to you this ratio. That is this one. See, we are discussing fourth technique of financial statement analysis. Within the technique of ratio analysis, fourth is the ratio analysis. Second group we are discussing. What is second group? This second part ratio, and this is the 1, 2, 3 A, B, C. So here we are defensive interval ratio. This ratio calculates the availability of cash with the company. Availability of cash for how many days can it serve? Can it survive? How much cash is available with the company? So you need to know what is your daily daily operating expenses. What are your daily operating expenses? So daily operating expenses will be equal to annual operating expenses divided by 365, number of days in a year simply. And then if you divide your assets minus stock, in fact, better to write it down. I'll put it on a slide and then we'll discuss. Now you can close the meeting because you need to join another class.